Hello everyone and welcome back to Little Norton. We are in day 3 of spring, so that makes us into mid-spring now. And we are starting off the day by dashing to the shop for opening time, as we need to pick up a sprayer. And we need a sprayer because some weeds have shown themselves on the field that we sowed yesterday with canola. Field number 9 that's at the farm. So yeah, we need to buy a sprayer and some herbicide so we can get that all covered off. As you can see, field 9 has got canola and it's reached the first growing stage, so it's germinated, which is fantastic, but it does have a few patches of weeds that we need to get cleared. So rather than messing around with a weeder, I am just going to get a sprayer so we can herbicide the whole field and make sure it is weed free. So I am going to go into crop protection, and there's a sprayer that I've already chosen out. It's nice and cheap, the Sleazer 1000. So that's £5,500. We will be getting that used to save £1,700. And unfortunately, it's not a John Deere, but we can't always find everything John Deere. So I'm going to try my best to make it some John Deere colours or thereabouts. So it looks close enough for our sort of work. Cool, that looks good to me. £4,140. So we will buy that, and whilst here we will also pick up a IBC of herbicide, which is £2,400. The sprayer takes 1,000 litres, so that's half of the tank. So let's get hitched up to the sprayer. I think it's going to look quite diddy in comparison to the tractor, but it doesn't look too bad. And we have only a small operation going at the moment, so that tends to bring us into the realm of smaller equipment. Yeah, was keen to get a big tractor so we don't have to keep upscaling the tractor and find that we just don't have the horsepower to run some of the bigger machinery when we do eventually get it. So we've got the IBC on the front loader. That is a big bag lifter, but works very well for carrying pallets as well. Obviously we used it in the previous sessions to lift the big bags of lime, seed and fertiliser, so it came in very handy for that. Yep, let's dash back to the farm and we can start spraying field number 9 to clear those weeds. I'll see you back there. Righto, so we are back at the farm. We have serviced up the new sprayer. I've just dropped the IBC with the 1,000 litres left in the sheds, and you might notice that I've had a bit of a reshuffle. So I've put the subsoiler / plough and also the crop sprayer under there, and I've moved the spreader and the seeder was over there anyway, but moved that over there so it's a bit more accessible. So let's go into field number 9, get the sprayer unfolded. And then we can start getting rid of these weeds. Now I know the weeds are a few sort of bit far and few between, but nonetheless I do want to clear all the weeds. It makes sense for us to try and get the best possible yield we can. The sprayer and herbicide is a relatively small outlay, and we just don't know how many weeds we might get in the future, so it's always good to clear off the weeds so they don't damage the crop or damage the harvester when they're ready for harvest. But I'm going to do a lap of the headland, and then we can start doing some rows. I might have to use the map to show me if I've missed anywhere. But I think luckily we can just see the texture change of the herbicide being sprayed onto the crop. So I should be alright with seeing where I've been and then doing the various different rows. Right, but the job that we're going to do after this is we're going to move on to some grass work. And the field to the right of me, that's at the bottom of field number 9, field number 10, is full with grass. And we'll check in a moment, but I believe that grass is ready to harvest, or very near being ready to harvest. So my plan is that I'm going to buy field number 10. We're also going to buy a mower, and we're going to mow that grass. We're going to need to ted it as well, to get it from sort of fresh, wet, cut grass into sort of standard basic grass. And then I'm going to put it into a silo pit so we can ferment it and turn it into silage. And once that silage is all created, we may keep some in case we need it for any animals that we've got planned. But ultimately, I think what I'm going to do is sell it in the BGA, so turn it into biogas, and that should bring us in some nice profits. And then once field number 10 is mown, my thoughts are we could put some field grass in that field. We probably won't get around to it this session, but maybe in the next session we'll put in some field grass, as field grass looks to be very profitable. You harvest it, and as a byproduct of it you get grass as well. So it looks to be quite a lucrative crop. So we're going to give that a go. But for now, I'm going to finish off spraying these weeds to get them out of this field. So I'll see you when we're done. And there we are. We can see we've cleared all of the weeds from field number 9, which is good. So we'll get that folded up. We used 90%, so 900 litres effectively. And we've then got 102 litres left in the sprayer and 1000 litres left in the IBC tank, which is pretty handy. I think we will tuck the sprayer in front of the subsoiler here. There we are. Excellent. Cool, so next job we are going to set about buying field number 10, and we will need to get a mower and also a tedder. Let's just have a quick look at field number 10. So it is grass and it is ready to cut, so that's really good for us. It's at the sort of earliest ready to harvest stage, but that doesn't matter. The grass will still be the same volume as far as I'm aware, and yeah, I don't think it's had any fertilization or anything like that applied to it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to probably purchase that field now. Here we are, so £38,748. There's no cut through, so we will have to access it from the road. So there's a little pathway off this road here which leads into field 10, and there's a hedge here so we can't get to it from our farm. But that's alright. So I'm going to drop off the front loader. We won't be needing that for a short while. And I'm going to make my way to the shop, buy our mower and our tedder, and then we'll need to bring those back here to get serviced. So I'll see you shortly. Right, here we are at the shop, and we need to purchase our mower. So in mowers, we'll go right to here. So luckily we do have a John Deere mower available to us. It's a very good price, and yep, it has a 6.2 meter width and only needs 50 horsepower to run it. So we are going to buy that. We are going to buy it used, so we'll save £4,800. And yep, I think we are going to add the light system, as we will be driving down the roads, so we want to make sure it's road safe. And remove windrows, no. So let's buy that. And then also while we're here, we need to buy our tedder. So as mentioned, because we're running seasons, when we cut grass, we can't just collect up that grass straight away and add it into a silo. We need to ted it to stop it from being wet grass. So this Pottinger, again, couldn't find a John Deere, I'm afraid, but Pottinger hit 47N, £5,480, 4 meter width, so look to sort of satisfy the needs for the field size we're going to buy. And we will buy that used to save £1,700. Really got to watch those pennies. So yeah, that looks to be pretty good. We will buy that. Excellent. So I should be able to get the tedder on the front and pull the mower behind me just for getting it back to the farm. And then we can service these pieces of equipment at the farm, and I will take the mower down first so we can cut the grass. So I will see you at the farm. Okay, so that's the windrower and the mower serviced. I've picked up the crop sensor so we can scan the field as we mow. See you down at the field. And here we are at field number 10. It's nice to have a new field for the farm, but yep, it has started to rain. However, I'm still able to mow and also scan whilst we're going. So let's get the mower unfolded, switched on, and then I'll just quickly check that we've got real mower turned on, which we do. We can lower away and start mowing. And hopefully, I'll get the mini map up. We should see that we are scanning as we go. And I wanted to scan as we go, just so when it comes to replanting this field, as mentioned, we're going to look to do field grass. I will need to know what the condition of the field is by way of pH and nitrogen, so we can get the best possible yield for the field grass. So yeah, I'm going to mow this, probably do a couple of headlands, and then we can do probably a few rows. Field is not huge, so there won't be many rows involved. And then, as mentioned, we will have to head this field so we can then collect up the grass, basic grass. At the moment it will be fresh wet grass, and that will enable us to put it in a silo or a pit for fermenting. I'll probably have to wait for it to dry out a little bit as well, because we've got some rain. I'm going to crack on with that, and I'll see you when we're done. And there we are, the final strip of grass mown. The mower worked very well. I appreciate that it is more of a sort of mulcher than perhaps a mower, but nonetheless it does a very good job and leaves the grass nicely cut there, ready for us to come along and ted it. So that is the next job. I'm going to have to run back to the farm, drop off the crop sensor, drop off the mower, and dash back here with the tedder. So I will see you there. Unfolding the tedder, and then we can get to work heading this field. So let's turn it on. There we go. We should see the texture change, which it has, making it grass rather than fresh grass. And this is all part of the Seasons and Maize Plus add-on, which means there's lots of different levels. There's not just the standard grass, hay and silage. You have lots of levels in between. So fresh or wet grass, semi-dry, dry, windrow, and then hay and then silage for the various different types of grass. So it is quite complex, but I am learning as I go and looking at various things on YouTube around Maize Plus and Seasons and so forth. There is a lot of content out there which is very, very useful for learning and picking up tips and tricks. Yep, we are tedding this grass in a mid-spring rain. I'm guessing it's probably April showers. And yeah, I'm hoping this isn't going to affect the condition of the grass too much. But once it is tedded, we will probably be done for the day, and we will come back tomorrow to start windrowing and collecting up. And at which point we will also have to see about getting a silo put in at the farm, There are 2 silos behind the sort of main shed, but one of them is purposed for manure, and then the other one is purposed for something else, but I don't quite know what it is. But I'm sure that they don't accept grass for fermenting, so I picked out a silo that is going to fit the bill, and I have also selected a space where I think it can go. It's only going to be a small one, and the main reason for putting it in at the farm is so that we don't have to buy the BGA space on the map yet, which comes with some silo pits, but yeah, we can't afford that yet, so hence I'm going for a slightly cheaper option at the farm. But yeah, I'm going to TED this, then we will head back to the farm and finish off. I'm not sure how popular I am around here. Everywhere I seem to go, whenever I stop the traffic for a small amount of time, I seem to get hooted at. So yeah, I'm not sure if the locals don't particularly like me, or they know that I'm a new farmer, so they're questioning what I'm doing here and why I'm buying up land and everything else, and giving me a good old toot if I get in their way. But I've got to say, I really am liking Little Norton. The area and the map is fantastic, all the little details. It's starting to look really nice as spring goes on with all of the vibrant colours, so it makes me really look forward to it in the autumn when we start to get some of the autumnal colours coming out of the trees and foliage. But I will stop talking, get on with this tedding job, and then we should be done for the day. I'll see you in a short while. And there we are. We have finished tedding. Oh, I say that, and there's 2 little patches here which will quickly head up. There we go. But yeah, we have finished, so we can get the tedder folded up and taken back to the farm. As you can see to the right, there are some more weeds cropping up. As it's spring, they just seem to pop up out of nowhere, growing like crazy. So we're going to head back to the farm. That's it for today. Hopefully I can just perch myself on the side of the road here whilst we close the gate. And then we can... Oh, yeah, I see why they don't like me, because I pull out on them. But yes, let's head back to the farm. And whilst I'm on my way back, I will just say what we're going to do next session is we will need to windrow and collect up the grass that we've cut and tedded today. We'll need to place the silo that's going to ferment the grass into silage, so we can then sell it at the BGA once it's ready. And then we'll see what else we can get up to. Also, whilst on the way back, I'd like to say a big thank you to some of my supporters. Feldin, who is also running a series at the moment, which you should check out. It's very entertaining. And also Nordic Farming, who is running various time-lapse series on No Man's Land and also in Balkantal, which is very, very good. So 2 very different YouTubers, but both very good in the content they create. So check them out. Also, a thank you to Stodgy Mouse, who's been commenting on my videos on this new series. I am very grateful for all the support, likes, comments, so yeah, a big thank you to those. And also a huge thanks to anyone else who's watching, liking, subscribing, and yeah, feel free to leave a comment if you've got any thoughts, tips, tricks, or things you'd like me to try. But we shall leave it there for today. Going to park the tractor at the farm so we can get in out of the rain, and hopefully tomorrow we will be dry enough to be able to collect up grass to put in the silage pit. So, until next time, I will catch you later. Bye bye!